or wherever you are in the world to another episode of Chat with Kat. I am your host Kathleen Barreau. I actually have two of our special guests today. I'm so glad you guys were all able to make it. So the first guest we have is one of our panelists. Frantz Jean-Baptiste. He is with We Insure. And then we have one of the trifecta of our event that's happening this Saturday, Miss Monique Warmington from Premier Home Realty. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you.
having
Thank
us.
you for having us.
You're so welcome. So before we get into it, I want you guys to tell the audience who you are. So I'll start with they always say that if you have a guest in your home, you welcome them first. So I've been talking to you like every day, Monique. So we're gonna welcome Mr. France. Tell us who you are. Tell us everything about you in a minute.
All right. Well, my name is Frantz Jean-Baptiste. I'm the owner of We Insure Insurance Agency. We are a property and casualty insurance agency. We specialize in homeowners, auto, business, life, and health insurance. I've done insurance for the entire state of Florida, and I have over 10 years experience doing insurance.
Awesome. Where are you located, France?
I'm in Pembroke Pines, Florida,
Uh-huh.
uh, between Douglas Road and University, if you know Broward County.
Of course.
But I go everywhere, so I also write business in Miami-Dade, West Palm Beach, actually the entire state of Florida. So everything's done over the phone or on the online, or you can visit me at my office.
Okay. Now I hear an accent. Are you from New York? Because you don't sound like you from Florida.
I'm not. I am from New York.
Oh,
So right now
wow.
yeah, right now we're cheering for the New York Knicks. They're pretty thick in the playoffs. But I'm from Queens, New York, and I've been living in Florida for over 20 years now.
Nice.
Because my mom had us
Oh,
move.
welcome, Tiffany.
Hi,
Hi,
Kathy.
Tiffany.
So,
Hi.
so this is our third of our trifecta for the spring into home ownership, which is happening this Saturday. This is Tiffany Mitchell. So we're just doing our introductions. Tiffany, we're letting France go ahead and introduce himself. He's an insurance agent for We Insure. He's actually based in Pembroke Pines, but he was just sharing that he is a 20. Well, he can call himself. He belongs here now since he's been here for 20 years. So go ahead and I guess wrap up where you are from, Mr. France.
Yes, I'm from Queens, Queens Village, New York. It's a very well-known area because it's right next to Hollis Avenue, and
Okay.
Hollis is where Run DMC's from, L Cool
Oh,
J, Irv Gotti, everybody. So
Okay.
very
Okay.
good area, and I happen to know some of these guys. I even went to school
Nice.
with Damon John from Shark Tank.
Wow, man. So I have lots of questions to ask you on Saturday when I see you. So we're gonna
Okay.
go ahead and move on to Miss Monique Warmington. Let the crowd know or the audience know who you are.
okay. My name is Monique Warmington. I'm a licensed realtor here in South Florida with Premier Realty Homes. I've been a realtor for about 5 years, specializing in first-time home buyers. Really enjoy it. I'm born and raised in the Virgin Islands. I've been in Miami for a little bit over 20 years.
Oh
You know,
wow,
and
20 years.
yeah,
Okay.
been here. Married, 4 kids.
Nice. And Miss Tiffany, tell us about you.
I'm Tiffany Mitchell, born and raised in Miami-Dade in the county of Dade. Not married as of yet, no kids as of yet. Been in real estate for 4 years, and I'm here to help you.
Awesome. So these are our this so Tiffany and Monique are two-thirds of the organizers that are helping or actually powering the Spring into Home Ownership in El Dorado this Saturday from 10 to 12. France Jean Baptiste is going to be one of three panelists that'll be in-house that day. We'll be going over insurance basics 101. And if you are a seasoned home buyer, you are too welcome to this event. This is not just only for first-time home buyers, but education is power. Education is important. Education is wealth. Education is everything. I'm sure that you ladies and gents, your parents have told you to get your education, to be educated so you can navigate through this life.
Yeah, very true.
Very true. So let's go ahead and get into the questions. So, Miss Tiffany or Monique, any of you guys can take this question. What inspired this event, and why now? Any of you guys can take it.
Um, okay. Well, it started when me and Kathleen first actually met at it was an event in Miami Gardens,
Yeah.
and we met there, and then we had lunch, and our relationship kind of blossomed from there, and we got to know each other, and then just one day we were talking, and she was like, "Let's do a home buyers workshop," and I was like, "Yeah, let's do that," and then I was like, something, let's do it at like a furniture store. So that's how it actually started from there, and then we just started brainstorming and putting things together. Just talking about my own personal home buying journey and the things I felt I didn't know and what I wish I knew. And then Tiffany and I work at the same brokerage. And I was like, Tiffany, hey, you want to come in and do this with me? And she was like, sure. So we've just been working from there to make sure that this is going to be an amazing event on Saturday for everyone that's attending.
Okay, perfect. So, Tiffany, what gaps did you see in the market that made this workshop definitely a necessity?
The gaps they have there is a lot of myth and misunderstanding and lack of education. We hear one thing, but that's not actually true. For instance, the 20% of down payment. That's not true. You can come in and own home ownership with a 3.5% interest. I mean, 3.5% of down payment, or 3% or 5%, depends where you're going, the type of loan you have, whether it's FHA, conventional, you get what I'm trying to say, or you're doing non-traditionals. So it was a lot of misinformed information, and it gives people fear. That's why I love the fact when I heard Monique and you were like joining together with a home buyer seminar. I'm like, can I join? And I bring my people because I wanted to be empowered and being educated. And it's not about the knowledge, but it's about the applied knowledge. But there's many things that are out there and you could be well knowledgeable, but if you don't apply it, it's nothing being done, no execution. Yeah, just
Exactly.
about.
Exactly. France, when you were asked, like by me, of course, to be a part of this event, like what made you feel compelled to be part of this event and to contribute your expertise?
Well, first, you are such a professional, and I like working with other professionals that are about the community, and you definitely that. So I like that's the first thing. And second, I want to give back and help people because someone helped me along the line, and
Yeah.
I like to share what I've learned and and help home buyers and help individuals gain knowledge.
That's a good one. So, Monique, what's one myth about real estate that you would like to dispel, to clear up for our listeners? One myth.
There's so many myths, but to me, I think that everyone should get into real estate. A lot of people think that, oh, no, I can't do it. I prefer to rent. And I really think that everyone should get into real estate. I don't care if you say, okay, my lifestyle doesn't allow me to be able to stay in one place because I go all the time. You still get you a rental property. You have that property and rent it out and get some income from that. I just think that everyone is so scared because, like Tiffany said, they really don't understand the ins and outs of it a lot of times, and they go based on what they may have heard from their parents 20, 30 years ago, what they heard from their cousin now, what they're hearing from their next door neighbor about everything, and it's building so much fear in us that we don't want to even come out and understand really, really, really how we could benefit from real estate or just own it.
Okay. So, Tiffany, what are buyers most confused or misinformed about today? In your
I think,
observation.
well, I think they're confused about managing money, budgeting, and
Mm-hmm.
also down payment. If they're assistants and they're not. Because I have run into many people when they think it's okay to purchase a car or get that debt so high and then say, I want to purchase a home. No, your debt is too high. So they don't have a real knowledge and real concept of how to manage and budget and steward their money correctly to win in this game. So coming to the seminar on Saturday, that's what we're there for, to help you get an overlay and overview into reality of how to manage budget so you can win and thrive in 2025.
Okay. Now, France, what's one misunderstanding buyers have about the home? I'm sorry. What's one misunderstanding buyers have about insurance during the home buying process that you would like to clear up? Because I know that is something that they typically leave to the last minute and they're frantic about it. So, what is one thing you'd like to dispel?
Um, that every insurance is the same because it's not. I get people telling me, "Hey, my neighbor paid this, my brother pays this, so I should have the same rate." No, every insurance is different. They're like fingerprints.
Oh,
No fingerprints are alike. That's the first thing. And the second thing is never wait till the last minute
never
to
wait.
get insurance because they calculate your insurance as part of your mortgage to get your debt to income ratio. And sometimes the insurance might be too high and it affects your debt to income and you may not qualify for that mortgage. So it's good to find out what your rate is immediately so you can provide it to your lender.
Exactly. Now, Tiffany, how do you help clients stay confident despite the rising prices or costs?
I ensure that we're here to help them to win. Now, it depends. If they come to me with credit issues, I would definitely network with a credit counselor
Mm-hmm.
to let them know they can stay confident in purchasing a home. If they come to me saying they're short of money, I'll let them know there's a down payment assistance program to keep them encouraged to purchase a home. If they come to me saying their debt is too high, I will actually tell them to go over like 6 months of their bank statement, pull it,
Mm-hmm.
and check the essentials versus non-essential, and start taking off streaming services, take off Uber Eats and so forth like that. So we give them a game plan, basically. We give them a plan and a strategy. Because if you know where you are, you know where you can go.
Okay.
Nice.
Now, Monique, what should buyers be paying more attention to right now?
Buyers now, I think, are more concerned with the interest rates. And like I like to tell people, like interest rates are not going to go back to where 4 and 3% years ago. I encourage them that if they're in a position right now to buy, like Tiffany said, your finances are in order, you have money reserved where because life happens, you want to make sure that you also have money set aside once you purchase your home in case things come up. Then don't wait. Why would you wait? Right now it's a buyer's market. You see houses sitting for months on end, and sellers are just willing to give a lot more because they don't want their property sitting that long. When all these buyers decide when things start to change and it becomes a sign, and all these buyers start to come back in, and you're gonna have to decide what to do overpay the house. I would never encourage anyone to overpay a house. Why would you put what's the saying they say? House poor? Like I would never encourage anyone to do that. So I always tell my clients that I work at, you're financially in a position to do it now, do it now. Don't wait.
Okay. France, what are you hoping that attendees ask or learn from you during the event this Saturday?
Um, I would hope to ask, why should I get insurance and is it worth it? So, a lot of people don't understand the importance of insurance. They see the high cost of it because we live in South Florida, it's a hurricane state,
It
but
is.
that's one of the main reasons why you should have insurance. If a hurricane destroys your house, unless you independently wealthy,
Hmm.
how are you going to rebuild the house without insurance? Are you going to pay out of pocket? I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's not reasonable for a lot of folks, including myself.
Okay. Now, Tiffany, what excites you most about this Saturday's event?
seeing the people, if they
Okay.
come, and the reason why I say seeing the people, because they let me know they're showing up for themselves. Because
Mm,
it's time to show up for yourself. That's like people who goes on diet. They say, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to do this, but then they never do it because they don't do it for themselves. So when they come out, seeing the people show up for themselves, that means a lot. That means they serious. They mean business.
I like that. Good one. Now, Monique, is there a particular panelist you're looking forward to seeing or hearing from on Saturday?
Mr. Frantz right here, because I need to know about my insurance too.
I'll
I
be
got some
happy to help you.
questions. I need to reevaluate my insurance policy. So I'm looking forward to hearing from all of them because, like I said, when I purchased my home a few years ago, I wish I knew all the things that I'm being told that I'm learning now with insurance, with credit, with managing my money. And so I'm just looking forward to hearing from each and every one of the panelists because I know they're going to bring a wealth of information to every single person that's going to be there.
Now, this question is for all three of you guys, so you all should answer this question. So I'll start with France. What do you want attendees to walk away with? A feeling of empowerment, clarity, a next step? Go for it.
I want them to walk away with knowledge,
Okay.
and learn how the home buying process. It's a lot. It can be daunting. When
Very.
I purchased my first home, I almost backed out of it, you know. But I stuck with. I wasn't doing insurance at the time, but I stuck with it. I had a good realtor, and I had a good mortgage broker, so that helped me. So knowledge is what they should walk out with, and then one knowledge empowers you. So then you start knowing what you can and cannot do, what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and make the best decision for yourself. Because buying a home is the most important thing you will ever do in your life that I think of, other than having a child. But other than that, yes, that's what I would like.
Marriage.
Okay.
Marriage?
That's for
That's
another
important.
conversation. So, Tiffany, what would you like to like folks to walk away from this event? Awareness, what do you
Hopefulness. To be hopeful.
hopeful? Okay,
And
can
I
you
think,
expand?
yeah,
Hmm.
the reason why I say to be hopeful, because without all the economical changes and everything that's going on, the tariffs, the interest rate, price increase, people get depressed and think, I can't do it. It's impossible. There's no way out of it. Come, we have the information for you. We can help you navigate and get hope again that you can do this
That
and
is
you
true.
can win.
That's true.
Hopefully.
That's true. And what's your take, Miss Monique?
I have to agree with Tiffany and France. Just being empowered, getting the information, being aware, not feeling that you can't do it, knowing that you're going to be given a game plan, a roadmap where you can actually sit down and say, okay, this is what I have to work on, this is what I have to do. Yeah, I can actually do this. I don't have to be scared and feel good about being able to purchase something. Even if it might not be this year, you know that that's something that you can eventually work to within the next coming months to a year.
Okay. Tiffany, why do you think collaboration between professionals is so important in home buying?
Collaboration between professionals are very important because you need a team.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one man who can do it by himself. So you need a team. Even the Bible, forgive me, you guys. I'm gonna bring up the Bible. When they built the Tower of Babel
Nothing
to
wrong with
get to
that.
the sky, it was a team of people who did it.
Mm-hmm.
And they did it. They did a phenomenal job together and they got to the finish line almost until God came and said, hey, there's power in unity. Let's break them up and give them multiple languages. So you need a team. That's power in unity.
Okay. Since you mentioned unity, Miss Tiffany, France, what does a unified team of professionals provide that solo agents or random providers might not?
Well, with the home buying process, you need a team of professionals because there's so many moving parts. You need a professional realtor, you need the mortgage broker, you need a title company, you need an inspection agent. So these are the things that you're gonna need to surround yourself with to do what's best for the client and for the home buyer. So it's always good to have a good professional team surrounding you and to do the best work.
Okay. Monique, briefly share a story about a client who overcame a challenge to become a homeowner.
She was actually my first client. And it was so funny. We met on Facebook, and she wanted to remain in Broward, but she was only approved for a certain amount of money. And every time we would put in offers, it wouldn't go through. And one day I just said to her, I said, you know what? I said, it's okay. You know, when you when it's your time and it's for you, it's going to happen. I said, nothing that is meant for you is going to make you feel. It might give you a little bit of challenges, but it's not going to make you feel like you're the rock, you're gonna do this. And then one day we were talking. I said, hey, you ever thought about going further north, like going out of Broward County? And she was like, no. I said, well, let's. She worked remotely. I said, well, let's just look and see what we can find. And lo and behold, we looked out of county and she finds the exact house, every single thing that she wanted. She was like, it was the best decision that I made. She was like, I do not regret doing it. She said, I know sometimes she would cry and she would cry and she would be frustrated, and I'd be like, it's okay. We're gonna get there. You know, it's gonna happen. Continue to have faith, continue to believe, continue to trust the process, and it's gonna happen. And I remember when we put in the offer, and within an hour it came back accepted. She was like, "Oh my God, yes!" And I'm one of those realtors. I'm like, "Look, I got you. You can't work. I'll drive to the next county. You got to be to work. I'll drive to the next county to be there to make sure that every single thing is done for you." So and that made me feel really good because it wasn't about, we get paid at the ending of the transaction, but I know that it was really something that I wanted to see happen for her and her family. And I still maintain contact with her. We still check in, see how everything's going. She's like, look, my kids right around the neighborhood. I don't have to worry about them. And that was like one of the best stories for me, was seeing her being able to find that and just trusting me and trusting what I was telling her and being able to get to the closing time.
Very good. That's a good word. France, can you briefly share a success story that you had to help navigate a client in a tricky insurance situation?
Oh yeah, there's many stories, but one that sticks to my mind, and I'm happy. Uh, they've contacted me to help them. It was a couple trying to buy their first home, and the lender uh, were not going to approve their loan because of their insurance. The insurance was too high. It affected their debt to income ratio. So they received other quotes, and someone gave them my information. They told them, "Hey, contact Franz. Maybe he can help you. He's pretty good." So they contacted me. They told me the situation, and I told them, "Well, send me the lender's requirements, and also send me the quotes that you have received. You have received from the other agencies you've contacted." So I reviewed the lender's requirements, and I've looked at the quotes. The reason why the rates were too high is because the lender was requiring them to get the insurance, the dwelling limit, based on the loan amount, which is incorrect. That is not how you insure a home. You do not get insurance based on the loan amount. You get it based on the replacement cost of rebuilding the home. So if a house costs $50,000 to build, you can actually sell that house for $100,000 based on market value, but the insurance must be at $50,000. So the lender was requiring them to get the insurance amount as the same amount as the loan, which is incorrect, and that's why the insurance was very, very expensive. So I did a quote with the replacement cost estimate, had them submit that to the lender. The lender said, "No, no, no, we can't accept this. It must be at the loan amount." So I immediately challenged them. Their statutes based on this from the state of Florida, and I gave them the proper statutes to show them that what you're doing is illegal. You can't force them to get insurance with this type of value.
Oh,
And They took it to the superior. The superior said, he's right. We can't accept this. So let's go with the replacement cost. So with the lower cost of the insurance, because we had the right value, they were able to qualify for the home and they got the house. So that's some of the things that people need to learn about insurance and mortgage lending when they apply to get a mortgage, and also getting insurance for the home.
Okay. Let me ask you, Franz, how long did that process take before they finally got to close?
Um, well, they've been going at it for a while, and
Mhm.
by the time they reached me, I think it must have been like a month, you know.
Oh, wow.
So
Oh,
by the time they got a hold of me, I was able to do everything within 3 days for them,
oh,
because
wow, that's good.
if you're knowledgeable and you know what you're doing and you know the Florida market, you know how which carriers you should go to, and you should know
Mhm.
about the replacement cost estimator to get you the right value. So it was a matter of me getting the quote, which took a day. I did the quote in a day, but the challenge was convincing the mortgage lender what they were asking for is incorrect and it's not allowed by law. So once I was able to get that across, it got done, and they were able to close. I think probably in 2 weeks, something like that.
Okay, good. So we're
Good.
we're coming to the end. Miss Tiffany,
Mhm.
I want you to give your final word. Give me your best come join us pitch for Saturday.
Okay. But definitely come join us this Saturday, May 17, 10 a.m. to 12 noon at our home buyer seminar. We're there to help you, empower you, fill you with hope, and encourage you that you can do this. You can win. No matter what's going on, you can do this because we have a team of experts who will
Mhm.
rally you to the end. We will ensure that you will get to the finish line and come up with a plan. Saturday, May 17th.
All right. Now, France, why should someone come to this event to hear what you have to say?
Exactly. I
Well,
will be there,
Oh,
I
and I
was
want
just
you to
gonna
be
say that
there.
because Tiffany, Monique, Catherine, and myself will be there. That's the
We
first
will be
thing. And
there for
second,
you.
learn the home buying process, empower
Yes.
yourself so that way you can be confident and when it's time to purchase your home. And we will be giving out gifts, so come for that. I don't
come for
know.
that.
Yes. Come for the gifts, the food, the drinks, and everything. It's going to be fun. It's going to be
Have a
fun.
good time.
Mhm.
Exactly. So, Monique, where can people contact you or follow you if you're on social media?
Okay, on Facebook, it's Monique Warmington, PA. On Instagram, it's realtor underscore Monique W. I can also be reached at 954-857-7607. And I'm with Premier Realty Homes, and the office is located in Cooper CC.
Okay, Tiffany, where can they find you on social media if you have any, and how can they contact you?
Yes, I have a social media handle name. It will be I am Tiffany Nicole. The catch is Tiffany is spelled Tiffiny. No A. So it'll be I am Tiffany Nicole on Instagram. And again, we're at Premier Realty. My number is the same, 786-303-1397. Reach me, contact me. You can email me as well. It'll be the same Tiffany at Premier Realty Homes FL for Florida.com.
And Mr. Franz, how can they find you, and are you on social media?
I am all over social media.
Oh,
I'm on
good.
LinkedIn,
All right.
Instagram,
Yep.
Facebook, you
Yep.
name it, I'm on it. And you can always call me at 754-246-0466. And and I also have a website. Again, I'm all over social media. You'll be able to find me through there.
Perfect. So you guys, everyone, thank you. Want to thank you so much for taking 30 minutes out of your time. I know you guys are busy. Some of you guys are at work, so thank you so much for being here at for Chat with Kat, our special edition. You guys you will have an amazing time this Saturday at the El Dorado at 4200 Northwest, 167th Street off the Palmetto. We're giving prizes. We're giving gifts. We are almost at capacity, so there's still space for you. Again, aside from Frantz Jean-Baptiste, Monique Warmington, and Tiffiny Nicole Mitchell, we do have Shani Curry, who's an acclaimed, credit specialist, and she knows her stuff. She's actually been on NBC6 giving credit advice. Her niche is empowerment, empowering you to go to the next level. Credit is everything, guys. Unfortunately, some people, were not taught this stuff. So she's here to educate you guys. And we also have Terry Ann Powell, who is a powerhouse in real estate law. So she's just not only talking about title, but she wants to prevent you guys from lawsuits. Yes, you can get sued if your contract is written incorrectly. So guys, the event is this Saturday at 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock at the El Dorado in Miami Gardens, 4200 Northwest 167th Street. If you guys have any questions, you feel free to message me on Facebook. You can call me 786-253-0211. 786-253-0211. Again, thank you guys for being on the show today. We look forward to seeing everyone this Saturday. Bye, guys.
Right, thank you. All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
You're
All
welcome.
right. See you Saturday.
Thank you. See you on Saturday.
Saturday. Bye.